Hello friends, welcome to the EduSite Network. Our topic of discussion today is e-learning, that is electronic learning. And for this discussion, we have with us in our studio our subject expert, Dr. U.S. Pandey, Associate Professor, School of Open Learning, University of Delhi. He carries a teaching experience of about 25 years and his PhD is in computer science, adding to the expertise in the topic. He has written many papers in reputed journals and he has also served as director in a well-known institute of Delhi. And with this introduction, I'd like to welcome sir to our studio. Thank you for coming, sir. And I request you to begin our today's lecture on e-learning, students.
E-learning basically stands for electronic learning, which means learning through electronic media. It refers to a form of learning in which the tutor and the students are not close to each other, but at a distance apart, and this gap is bridged by the use of technology. It's not a new terminology. Everybody understands that now any things which you are learning through electronic basically comes into the part of e-learning. We can just see how it is differed from a traditional learning versus e-learning. What is happening in training facility dictates the number of students per session in the case of traditional learning. Why? In the case of e-learning, number of students not related to the facilities. In the case of traditional learning, specific time and schedule and location is fixed. In the case of e-learning, anytime, anywhere, anybody can learn. In the case of traditional, instructor lead cannot accommodate different learning styles, while in the case of this e-learning, the learner or the person who is demonstrating the activity or the teacher can accommodate different learning styles, personalization possible, and so many things. The objective of today's lecture is just to study the existing e-learning infrastructure and problems and try to improve upon technology and pedagogy for the e-learning. Technology, use for content delivery, and pedagogy is the two key factors of e-learning is to be taken care of. Now, benefits of e-learning. Benefits of the instruction that allows creation of a courses in a more interactive manner than other distance learning program. Access to a wider material base for content development. Easy to maintain the records for later references. Now, what is the meaning by that exactly? The creation of courses you can do. For example, you are creating a study material or some content for a specific lecture, a specific topic. Now, what is happening in a traditional way, you can just demonstrate in the class, you can listen to a teacher, you can listen some example, but if you want to see this through, as you are doing at the moment, for example, we are interacting through this kind of process, we can use the PPTs also. This presentation is basically written on the board, teacher is interacting, simultaneously any student can interact with the teacher. Not only this, you can see the visuals also, not only visuals, you can see even the things which is going on. Take example, you are a student of science and you are doing some chemistry practicals. Nowadays you may be knowing there are different kind of softwares are available where even if you don't go to the laboratories, you can see what kind of actions are taking place through all the reactions, what is happening, how the color changing is happening, how the other kind of reactions are taking, chemical activities are taking place. That can be visualized, that can be presented in a classroom using visuals, using those things like that. So what is the impact will be there, that instead of only lecturing, instead of having only face-to-face lecturing, the e-learning provide a lot of interactive activity with those contents. Simultaneously, a student can put his information, he can ask directly to a teacher also. Not only this, even if you have some kind of expert activity, you can go through that kind of activity, and those lectures can be demonstrated everywhere. Take an example, it's happening in many countries. Now one expert is taking lecture at one place, the same lecture is going to be delivered at any part of the world, any part of the country, any part of this particular schools. And the good contents can easily be shared. So the basic objective that a wider material can be collected on a particular topic. Nowadays, as you know, everybody used to, for example, if you are going for any kind of lecturing exam or you like to learn about a particular topic, the best way you say that we are utilizing, take the help of internet. Go and search something, you will find lot of good material. For example, even we are talking about the e-learning, if you go on the net, you will find lot of good material on the e-learning which you can use for any kind of benefits. So it's easy to maintain the record for a later reference also. What is happening? We will talk later on these lectures. There are many things. All the lectures will be recorded and they can be taken as a, you can store all those things for future interactions, for future activities. Those lecture can be recorded and can be used for any purpose later on. With packaging of the general information for all to access, instructor can concentrate on higher level activities. It's convenience, any time, any place, these things can be delivered. It's not necessary, it basically save your travel time. The cost is going to be reduced. Just imagine a lecture, a specific and expert lecture is delivered in Delhi University. The same lecture can be listened from all the universities students if they want. And not only this, if they are not available at the lecture time, they can listen those topics, they can learn about all those lectures, they can interact on those lectures later on also when they feel free. So these are the major benefits of the e-learning. There are another things are going to be there. It's a self-paced learning. Poster interaction with the student and faculty. Convenience, anytime, as we mentioned, any place. Travel time and cost reduces. Access to a wider repository of knowledge. Accommodates different learning style. As we have just mentioned that this is not the one way of learning. Sometimes what is happening when you are going in the class, you are just lecturing and lecturing. Especially take an example of social sciences. You are talking about the history. You are talking about some kind of monuments or something like that. What is a good thing is going to be there if you are able to show the pictures at least. If you are able to show some visuals related to that, that will make the lecture more interactive. We didn't mean to say that you can make it more interactive in using different style of lecturing. Some visuals, some kind of packaging, making more interacting, putting more questions based on that. So there are a lot of benefits are going to be there in the e-learning, which is not possible through the traditional way of learning. Now imagine what is happening. There are multiple entry and multiple exit models are there at the moment. Now you can adopt this kind of courses. You can go for directorate, level 6 courses, level 5 courses, level 4 courses, 3 and all. And as I mentioned, the different labels are going to be there by which you can take the entry to this kind of courses. And the way of exit also. You can go with the post-graduation, you can go to the professional courses, graduation, diploma, certificates. Although in the many part of the country and many abroad also, they are well reputed. This distance learning, what we call, and learning through the learning is going to be treated as one of the best learning procedures. Now, requirement of e-learning in India, if you talk, to educate more and more people. Already maybe you are knowing that still less number of people are involved in the place of learning. Now, e-learning does not mean only to the persons or the students who are learning through the colleges or who are being offered a formal or non-formal education. There are many ways to utilize these e-lecture activities for different purposes. For example, if you are pursuing, if you are learning at home, you can learn about a particular just by seeing the e-learning lectures. You can interact with anything. You are looking for a particular machine repairing or like this, or you are having some technical activities, maybe you are looking in fashion designing, maybe you are any part of the area different, where you can go and you can learn through the e-learning lectures. You can learn a lot in that way. For easy reach to good universities and courses, e-learning is the only way by which we can reach the maximum number of people. No big infrastructure is required for education. The very important thing, especially country like India, where infrastructure is also a problem. Problem in the sense, take an example of Delhi. We have around 65 to 70 colleges, and every year the number of students are increasing day by day. Simultaneously, the different kind of courses are increasing, number of different areas are increasing. It is very difficult to cope up with the spaces which is available. There are not new colleges are being opened. So what is happening, this e-learning can help in big way in that way, that without having a big space, you can create these kind of lectures, you can interact with the students even if they are at their home, if they are at their working place. Not only this, if they want, they can store the lecture and can listen anytime, as we have mentioned, at any place suitable to them. Only thing is that you need to create an infrastructure, an environment by which these activities are being created. Study at any time and anywhere, as we mentioned, especially in the case of e-learning, it's not necessary that you have to be at a specific time at a particular college. No, it's not required that you have to be present in the classroom, and the classroom sizes usually around 50 to 60 students. So easily by using e-lecturing and e-learning, you can have an interaction, you can do the learning at any time from any place, even from your home, even from your office or any other places you can do it. Now, uses of e-learning, just you can see that here education, training, learning, information, technology, knowledge management, and the e-learning. So what is happening that in this case, you can have an education, training, learning with the e-learning things going to be created, and simultaneously you can use the ICT or the information communication technologies to use this e-learning activities. Now, e-learning methods. See, there is synchronous activity occur with all participants joining it at once, as with an online chat session or a virtual classroom. Basically, virtual classrooms allow practitioners and students to interact in real time from their own computer using text chat, live voice, and interactive whiteboards. Asynchronous activities are conducted with the participants providing input at different times and use technologies such as blogs, wikis, discussion forums, and email. As we have just discussed, that there are many things are actively. For example, an expert lecturing going on in London School of Economics. Now, if the students of economics want to interact with the students in India and lecture is going on there, this kind of facility is available now that you can have a live interaction of those lectures. You have to sit on that particular time and you can lively interact with the lectures, the person who is lecturing there. And not only this, even you have voice interactions, visually you can do it. Simultaneously, if you want, you can chat with them also. So there are different kind of activities which are available in this case of e-learning method. Now you see different types of e-learning based on degree of interactivity, what we call tier 1. Learning, low interactivity, mainly text, multimedia, or graphic one-way communication. There are many ways that you can send something to someone and you can learn them in that way. This is one way of learning. Another is PowerPoint presentation, as you are just seeing on the screen. This is a PowerPoint presentation. Learning on a personal digital PDAs are going to be there, personal digital assistant. E-books are going to be there. Podcasting is going to be there. Video tapes are there. Audio tapes are there. So there are different way of learning. Now another is tier 2. This learning is little bit moderate to high interactivity, has some degree of learner to computer interaction, interactive resources, quizzes, test, reflective learning, games based on learning, simulations, demonstration. Maybe already you are knowing there are different kind of examinations are happening now online. Different kind of activities can be do. Now what is happening, different institutions are providing an e-learning module to you. You just go through to the that e-learning module, and simultaneously based on that they ask you the certain questions, answer them, and they just evaluate you through that particular process. That activity is also online. There are many certification, especially in computer science, not only in this in management area or in any other area, you are doing kind of certification, things are happening. Online module is going to be given to you, e-learning activity which have been given to you, and then you can interact, you can study through that, and after that you can be evaluated through the system. Will say that what are the things you have just gone through, and you just answer accordingly, your certification will be done. So there is no in between, there is no paperwork, everywhere the same activity is going to be there. So same way of learning, it could be a game based, as we mentioned, simulations based activities are, you can test your activities based on that. So higher kind of interactivity has come into that. Now another way of learning is that high interactivity includes learner to learner and learner to trainer interaction, virtual classrooms, streaming media, group game based activity learning, video conferences, audio conferences, chat groups, emails, discussion list, blogging, wikis, mobile log. What is happening in this case? Now just see, this is another part of learning where a learner can have an interaction with another learner. In other words, a student who is of the same class can have a discussion with the same topic of the different universities, of the different classroom, or of the different type of activity. So this is another best way of learning. You leave, say for example, a teacher have leave something to you, a learner has given a topic to be discussed into the classroom. Now one thing is that you can have a discussion on the classroom, or you can spread out to some extent to the other universities also, to other places also. You can put in the form of blogs, or you put in any other kind of activity. These need to be discussed and will try to put in a more constructive way. So this is where learner is also involved for moderating all these activities. For example, you write some kind of information about a particular topic, it going to be edited by some other persons, then some more student, and after all these kind edited material will be looked by the expert of that particular thing, and things can be moderated. So the best way of learning is when learner itself involved in the learning process with their inputs, then it becomes more constructive. So these kind of features are going to be done. As we have mentioned, there are virtual classrooms are going to be there. Technically the virtual means nothing is physical, but it's going to be there. There is no classroom, but classroom is existing. Physically there is no classroom, but classroom is doing, and virtual classrooms are playing very important role in this kind of system where the infrastructure facilities they require less, and this kind of classrooms are basically in many other countries, especially in China and other, they are widely used. In India also this virtual classroom activities are taking place very seriously. Streaming media, as you mentioned, group game based learning, which is where all the learners will be utilized, and video conferencing are the such areas where this kind of learning can be done. Even audio conferences, chat groups and emails also play a very important role in this kind of learning. The impact of e-learning methods, you can just see it. People remember what they do, what they say to write, what they hear and see, what they read. What is happening in simulations and game, as we have mentioned, interactive, live e-classes, e-mentoring and e-coaching. Online courses with audio and video, recorded e-learning sessions. Online self-study materials, online PowerPoint presentation, email documents, and from e-reading to e-learning. And this will give the level of interaction label low to high and high to low. So this is the impact of the usual things which have been prepared for this e-learning methods. Now e-learning technologies. Now see, there are a lot of technology, every day a different kind of technology which is being used in the e-learning. Virtual conferencing, as we have just mentioned, that virtual conferencing is one of the things where for just like a virtual kind of meetings are taking place on a particular topic, on a particular area, discussion can take virtually, where the students are sitting at a different places, but they can do the conferencing activity from any, for example, take example of 2 or 3 different classes. Even if you are not in a university, if you are not in a classroom, if you are any other places, from that places also you can do all this kind of virtual conferencing. The biggest thing is that learning management system. Maybe you have listened already about this LMSs. Different kind of LMSs are going to be available to you, by which you can do the better interactive activity, better interaction with the learners, with the teachers, or with any other kind of activities happening there. You can discuss the things, you can give your examination, you can learn about all those things. Blogs are going to be there, wikis are going to be there, where you can put your all information which you have in your mind, what you are thinking about a particular topic, what is your vision about that kind of thing. Those can be put through blogs and all these kind of things, and then all these things going to be discussed, spread out among your friends, among your learners, among teachers and all. They can discuss on that, and they can put their comment on that. Then if something need to be discussed in that, they can put their information in their own way. If some kind of problems are arising, things can be discussed, and more information, interactive way things can be done. Web 2 or social networking tools are also going to be there. Nowadays you see that lot of activities are taking place through these social networking sites. There are many discussions are taking place on any area, whether it is related to the society, or whether it is related to your personal activity, whether it is related to any important thing happening in the country or in the world. So these things are being discussed at the social sites. So even these are going to be a kind of different way of learning. Social book market. There are different way. In the same way, a social book marketing is going to be there. Virtual worlds, real learning is also going to be there. You are being updated by, there are many new things. As you know, about lot of activities are taking place through these websites, through this interactivity. You do lot of things like that. Another way of e-learning is mobile learning. Through the mobile also you are doing lot of activity. Will be discussed in detail. Another e-learning of this, as we mentioned about the LMS, is a software for delivering content, tracking student and managing training. Practitioners set up a course web page to hold learning content and assessment, then track and manage their students with the tools like gradebook and activity reports. There are many LMSs are available here. You can use any one of them, and different universities are using different LMS as per their convenience and as per their requirements. Now M-learning and mobile learning covers learning with portable technology like mobile phones or PDAs, personal digital assistant, where the focus is on technology. However, society and its institutions can now accommodate and support the learning of an increasingly mobile population that is not satisfied with existing learning methodologies. Now, web-based, as we have put, web-based and social networking encompasses a number of tools that can be used to develop content and communication in an interrelated relationship. These tools are generally freely available to trainers and web users and include blogs, wikis, social bookmarking, virtual conferencing, as well as a social network sites. Now, some of the e-learning tools, e-learning authoritative tools, maybe already you are knowing MS Word, PowerPoint, Macromedia, Dreamweaver, Flash, Anthrovare, Director, XML Spy, and Visual Introduce. There are many other softwares are also available into the markets. E-learning programming languages. Java is going to be the use, JSP is going to be there, C++ you can use, Visual Basic, VB.NET, Edu.NET, Advanced Java, Mobile V, and others are also going to be there. There are many other tools are also, especially in the e-learning of database development. Widely used is Oracle, MS Access, MS SQL, SQL Server, and all. There are many other different database softwares are also available. In e-learning, the graphics plays a very important role. So there are different e-learning graphics production tools are also going to be there. It could be Photoshop, Soundforce, Premiere, Flash, Illustrators, CorelDRAW, 3D Studio, Director, MXC Learning Database Development, and many others software which is already available for developing these kind of tools, where with the taking of those kind of software anybody can easily develop these kind of contents. Scope of online education in India, we have given different kind of agriculture to industrial to information conceptual is, and lot of things can be developed in the education in the area of India and all. Scope of online education in India is everything is changing with the changing environment as time. Everybody is aware now. You know already, because the formal education to all students it not possible. Even government is also planning to enhance the activity of the online education, where e-learning will play an important role. Does not mean e-learning will playing an important role in the area of a formal education, even the activities where the face-to-face learning is taking place. E-learning is slowly becoming popular in India. There are so many sites providing online programs to an individual like Gurukul Online Solutions, India Times Group, EduCam Group, many other groups or activities. Even IIT is going virtual. Maybe you are knowing the Indian Institute of Technology are taking out a lot of courses, and they have already collaborated with mother universities from outside India to help to set up a virtual IITs. On the one hand, it is a great forward-looking move that deserves to be commended. It could be certainly help tackle the problem of faculty shortage also. Now, maybe you are knowing that IIT or many of the central universities, especially in India, are facing the shortage of persons with a special activity. They can deliver the special lectures. So those who are able to deliver those kind of activity, these kind of e-learning and e-lecturing can provide an important role. IIT Mumbai will be making their courses available via satellite. There is a great step forward. MIT's open courseware after already. Maybe you are knowing that you can offer many online courses to the courseware, and UC Berkeley's courses on YouTube are already available on the internet. Sounds like education is well on its way to becoming opens. Now another very important feature of that, in many e-learning software, many e-learning related courses which is available on online through Coursera or any other kind of sites are freely available to you. You need not to pay for many courses. I didn't mean to say that all courses are free, that the maximum courses are freely available on the internet. You can choose them, you can learn them, you can give the examination, and you can get the things activity like that. There are a lot of innovative examples are going to be there. Some innovative example of emerging technologies include avatars, collaboration act software, and peer-to-peer environment. Avatar or virtual character represents teachers, coaches, and learners. These technologies are particularly useful in fun, game-based learning activity. Collaboration and social software has moved e-learning from a model of instructor-led teaching of individual to more engaging learner-led finding, doing, and collaborating. Peer-to-peer technologies help user share resources and collaborate interactively in educational environments. Now, what learners normally do? You say from the learner point of view, and something look at, look for, imagine, say, analyze, solve, write, evaluate, predict, compare, practice, and measure something. So these are some things which normally a learner do like that. The method of e-learning, that is one very popular name. This is CD-based learning, web-based learning using internet, multimedia classroom, and we have discussed the virtual classroom. E-learning, a multimedia concept. It makes text, graphics, as you know, images, pictures, figure, etc., audio, which consists of voice, music, video, animation, simulation. A proper mix of these multimedia components create an effective teaching learning tools. Operating environment of a multimedia classroom. Already maybe you are knowing multimedia classrooms are very popular nowadays, especially in the schools. You will see that these multimedia activities are taking place, and school teachers are taking much help of this activity. E-learning needs a computer. That could be a PC, laptop, or nowadays even mobile will serve the purpose. CDs, VCDs, internet facility, LCD projector, digital device like it could be e-pen, digital visualizer, it can be a scanner, it can be a handicap, it can be a digital camera, it could be a CD or DVD player, or it can be an interactive board. Now you can see that multimedia classroom in Indian schools, where projections screens are going to be there, CD and DVDs are going to be there, handicam is going to be there, scanner is there, LCD projector is there, digital presenter is there, visualizer is there, e-pen is going to be there, and internet connectivity is going to be there. It's happening nowadays in Indian schools. Virtual classrooms, you can see here virtual classrooms which is going to be attached with your satellite, and a studio is going to be there from where an instructor give the lectures like it is happening here. You can call this, a lecture is being recorded and it is going to be directly telecast to you. Audio and video things are going to be there. The presentation server is there, and through satellite uplink is coming. Now here you can see the VSAT, and audio video data receiver is going to be there, and you can receive this information either through the TV or by any other medium. You can get it through this concept. Now, demonstration of e-learning tools and equipment. Animations, dynamo, electromagnetic wave, eclipses, geometry constructions, blood circulation, and video you can see elements burning, birds, snakes, history events, cyclone. I mean, it's any kind of activity which can be done using these kind of tools. Now, as we mentioned that you require these kind of LCD projector, E-pen, digital visualizer, which is projecting the printed material and objects and small experiments. DVD player is need to be required there. Internet access is required to be present there. Now, what is a LCD? Everybody is fully aware this LCD projector, which is widely used in the case of lecture. The LCD stands for the liquid crystal display projector. It is one of the most popular device through which things may be projected on the big screen or wall like this. Whole class can see the same comfortably. The different kind of projectors are coming. It could be a digital or it could be a new technology related activities. Although now it is coming in a very handy way also. Easily it can be handled and things can be displayed in a more good qualitative way. Another very small thing is going to be the E-pen. Teachers make use of a blackboard and white chalks and sometimes color chalk also in the classroom. This is the cheapest and conventional method. If they wipe what they have written on the board cannot be reused, E-pen is the solution for that. Using E-pen, one can write on the paper and the same appears on the monitor or the screen of this LGT projector. One can select any color and any thickness of the pen. Color of the pen can also be changed, and not only this, even you can store it also. The working of his pen is, it looks like a ball pen. It has an electronic circuit in it. The position of the tip of the pen transmits the signals. The sensor traces the path of the pen move on the paper, and the computer produces mark on the computer screen with the selected color and thickness. Now, digital visualizer or document camera is another device which is playing a very important role, especially in the area. The document cameras consist of a small video camera mounted on the stand of a display document or objects placed below. Teachers who use them can show 2D text or 3D objects also. Documents camera feature shows live video footage of the objects below the camera, suitable for science experiments, technology and art, mathematics, demonstrated onto a big screen like TV or LCD projector. Capture image during presentation for saving, printing on viewer later also. Because it's very important that you can store all the activity which you are discussing in the classroom for later on activities. Now, another is DVD player also. Today, number of educational programs on digital video discs are available. They have both movie with audio also. They can be played using the DVD player connected to the LCD projector, and students can see the movie. We know about the TV channels like Discovery, National Geographic, Animal Planet and or broadcasting and getting program on the planet. They have all the programs and they can play at any time like that. Handycam is also very important, especially in the e-learning area. Especially you are going to record some lecture at outside or some destination or a different place. This plays very important role. The handicap captures video. It can be recorded on a cassette or it can be directly projected on a TV or LCD projector. Teachers can record the video of interested events connected to their studies and show them the same to the students in the classroom. Video can also be downloaded to a computer and it can be edited and text may be superimposed on the given to the examples. A scanner is another device. It's a digital device used to scan a picture or a text or an image on a paper and store it into the computer. Teachers can scan the picture and image from any source and use them in their presentation in the classroom or even class notes. virtual classroom, as we have just discussed, by utilizing all these kind of devices, this lecture can be delivered in a different form. In a virtual classroom, basically a teacher and students interact not face to face but through a VSAT network. The student sitting in different classroom is spread over the world, listen to lecture of a teacher expert who is delivering talk in a studio at some other places. This is a two-way audio and video communication between students and teacher. Now, another device which is widely used is interactive board. You can see now this is not a common board. This interactive board, where when a teacher is writing something, all information can be stored. Not only this, by using, you can see the lot of symbols are there in the different screen. Just choose that, taking the help of a stick or a pen, you can put all this kind of information on the screen. Easily different kind of colors can be put here, easily different kind of mathematical symbols can be put here, easily different kind of things can be present. And not only this present, you can modify this. Simultaneously, you can, at the same interactive board, you can call some of the program which is available on the internet also. So at the time of lecturing, it can be more creative and very much interactive. Now, with the use of internet is a powerful network, as already you know, is spread all over the world. One can obtain any image, video, information, etc. surfing through the websites by using search engines like Yahoo, Google or anything. Can search the website of our interest by giving the keywords. Millions of the website may be listed, and we have to find the good ones by navigating and use them. Every website has an address, and the same can be copied and reused. Instead of this, we can put them in a favorite folder also, as we store the phone number in mobiles. No need to remember them. You can see the multimedia classroom in Indian school, as we have mentioned, based off all these handicam, scanner, LCD projector, digitals. You can create a good lectures, and you can make a good content, and you can make it more interactive than this other activity which is happening now. We concluded here the web tools hold the several advantages over the traditional learning. The web allows interactive delivery with the multimedia content, and that helps overcome the limitations of static resources. Distance education definitely make education convenient and better. The web will definitely play a major role as education is growing and training grows like develops. The growth and access to the internet has taken non-traditional education to a new level with the vast availability of the web-based courses in higher courses. And thank you in that way.
Thank you so much, sir, for this very interesting lecture and giving us an insight into what e-learning is, what electronic learning is, and who can take it up and how it happens, and what are the various devices that are involved in it. Sir, with respect to that, I would like to ask you a question. So you mentioned that there are online courses and there are different entry levels also. So one may not, say a course may not just be there for BA, but one can also do a postgraduate course through an online course of e-learning. And so you mentioned that one could also do a PhD through e-learning?
Actually, you discuss about, see, the basic objective of the e-learning, that you can do the all kind of graduation and lot of different courses. It's not only the courses which are available in a formal way. For example, you are just going in the area of photography, you are learning in the area of mass communication, you may be going some technical areas, maintaining a TV, making like that. There are a lot of good material is available. Actually, what you are saying, PhD is something different. That one you can do it through the e-learning also. It's not like that. You can do in a distance mode, but that in the PhD you required proper guidance with every time. In that way you can pursue, but the only thing is that you need little bit be more interactive. Although e-learning will definitely play a very important role to choosing your topic, going through your publications, studying those, making the comparative activity and tools and all. The basic objective of e-learning was basically the all content have been delivered by the experts. They are put on the net. You can use them. The basic tools which are available for making the study more interactive, those tools can be used, and already a lot of good material is available on the net, so you can make use of them basically. And not only this, don't talk only about the BA or BSc or MA or any other kind of formal activity. All kind of different ways courses are available. And second thing is that the very important thing what we would like to ask, there are many universities even of the abroad are openly available. These courses are available. You can do it interactively from the good places, from the good universities of the abroad. You can do this interaction and have a benefit of that one.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you for explaining. And sir, say you mentioned a course in photography. Supposedly a certain institute in Delhi is offering a course and they have some eligibility criteria. So does an online course also offer the same, do they ask you for the same criteria for entering the course?
You have very important question and very rightly asked. The basic objective of the content which are already on the net for a particular course, usually in online courses, the entry level restrictions are not going to be there. The basic objective that anybody can learn all those things, but definitely if it is you are offering from some institutions, so naturally they do have some kind of eligibility criteria. For example, if you are going in the area of graphics or in the photography, so naturally they would like to know about that, why you have created this kind of interest. In my opinion, there should be no entry kind of formal educational activity, but usually they are just asking that whether you are familiar with all the equipments which are available there, or you are familiar what the kind of interest you are going to take, what are the things are going to be there. Usually a basic qualifications is required. It's not necessary that you require for doing a PhD, it's, your MA is required, other things. There are different kind of knowledge, basic concept you have, you can pursue them, because the content is available on that.
Absolutely, sir. And sir, you also mentioned that this content is free, and it is accessible to a person who, of course, you said can do the course.
Again, very rightly you asked that, as you have mentioned, that many universities, that many courses are, I'm just giving examples, say, in the online content, if you are looking, if you are, as you mentioned, for looking for a research activity, lot of good journals are available on this on the website. You can access up to some extent, not all. You can go through there up to abstract level. Maybe for getting the full length of paper you have to need to pay something, but much more good material is available on the internet free of cost. There are many universities are offering some of the courses are also free of cost. In India also some of the institutions are offering, like if I am not wrong, this Microsoft is offering some courses based on the e-learning. You can go and that can be used as a free of cost, and you can give the examination, you can get a certification for that. So there are many courses or many content which are freely available on the internet, but definitely some of the professionals are also come into the market. They have put their material and they charge a little bit amount for that, and still they have different categories. For example, you are looking for a research. If you are a student, maybe they will charge very less amount. If you are other professional, they may charge little bit high. That is the concept which is being there.
Absolutely, sir. And can we see the MOOC, massive open online courses, in the same light?
Definitely you can go. This is MOOC is also one of them, exactly as we have just discussed about the virtual classrooms, different kind of activities are going to be. This is also one of the activity, as we have mentioned about the LMS also, learning management system also. So what is happening is this MOOC is also going to be the one of the activity in that the course is coming to you, and let us see, the government is planning to introduce you lot of good content available to all students, not necessarily who is pursuing a course. Anybody who would like to learn, the courses are available. Anybody who would like to be learning more and more, whether he is a student, whether he is a teacher or any kind of, they can be put into that system and they can interact with those kind of activity.
Right, so as you mentioned, these courses will be very beneficial to anybody who wants to learn, irrespective of their backgrounds. They could go online, they could have access to these courses, and they could also say acquire certifications in many cases.
If they, as you mentioned,
yes,
that there are two methods. If they are looking for a certificate, maybe there is nominal fees are going to be there, but usually for learning purpose, I don't think there is any kind of fees. As we have mentioned, Coursera and lot of other websites are available to you, where you can go for a different courses and you can learn a lot of things. And still for learning, all kind of learning, you say there are many professional companies that are on a very nominal charges. Good software have been produced for the schools also, for the higher education also, you and easily available, and it is available on the DVDs also, in the pen drive they are all also offering. So online also you can go through that, and I think very nominal charges are there looking for that.
Absolutely, sir. And I would just like to ask your view on this idea of E-pathshala, which Delhi University is doing. They have modules on different subjects, and they are saying that it is say accessible to any general viewer who accesses the internet.
This is very rightly you have asked. As I mentioned, the activity which we are doing is also kind of part of that. Basically, we are objective is to interact with the students, with the teachers or any learner, not necessarily who is just knowing about this e-learning activity. There may be e-learning component does not involve only learning and teachers only. Now here a lot of components are also involved. We have just gone through about the handicam, about the visualizer, about the e-pen, about the interactivity. Now the moment you go through this, the technicians are also being involved. The different kind of activities, who is going to handle all these equipment is also involved. It is not going to be so it's a learning kind of activity. And regarding E-pathshala, it is also one of the things. There are many ways are going to be there. If a classroom is going on and you have make it more interactive, you are putting on the same classroom onto the net, it also going to deliver the same thing, and anybody can access it from any part of the world. That is the more objective.
Definitely, so it's a very, in fact, a very revolutionary idea of education, that for students who may not be able to go to the classrooms, or elsewhere who cannot spare time to go to the classrooms, can make use of these courses that are available through e-learning. Right, sir.
This we can do, as very rightly again I am putting, because there is no other way. There is no other way that these kind of studies or the learning process can be reached to the students. Not students, what I mean, I am using a word called learner. Doesn't mean only a student who is requiring for a formal or non-formal education. Anybody who is interested in this particular area will be surprised to know, we have to come to know that there are many IITian students, they have formed their own firm to create this kind of educational content for the delivery of the higher education and other things. So they are just making a good team of teacher experts and using all these kind of educational tools which you have just mentioned. They are creating a good content, especially in the higher education, and these things are available especially in the schools also. You know, there are many smart classrooms, what they call, and they are putting all these kind of good material, using these kind of different tools. They are making it more interactive, more convenient, and more good in that.
Absolutely, sir. As the key is interaction and getting a larger base, letting larger people connect. So with this, we draw to the close of our lecture, and we sincerely thank sir for being here and for talking very descriptively about the subject. And tomorrow he shall be talking about mobile learning in his lecture. So I request you all to stay tuned in for that. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you all for watching.